Big D here, your life applications officer. Uh, Problems with dating. I guess it's easy for me to waste time talking about dating because I know that even though I have confidence in myself, other people don't share that confidence about me. You see what I'm saying? With me. They don't share that confidence with me. You know, I go to work every day and I don't see where I lack confidence. When I meet women, when I meet guys, you know, and we're talking, we're being social, I don't see where I lack confidence. But to them, you can have confidence all you want to. If somebody else thinks that there's something about you that they feel stereotypical about, you're too quiet. So that makes you weak. Or you're too noisy, so that makes you weak. You're too nice, so that makes you weak. Or you don't have enough bass in your voice, that makes you weak. You're short, and you're a nice guy while you're short, that makes you weak. You know, there's so many different things that you can have all the confidence in the world you want. I know a guy that's going on in my head right now. I'm thinking of a friend of mine who he has the most confidence I've ever seen. He'll talk to any woman. He'll ask any woman out on a date. He don't care what her status is. He don't care how much money she makes. He don't care who her parents are. He don't care if she's into white men only or black men only or he don't care about her preferences. All he cares about is his own confidence. And he feels that he has to have all this confidence, but yet what has his confidence shown him? What has this confidence done for him? It hasn't gotten him more women. You know, I mean, if you're going to preach a sermon to me about having confidence, number one, this was the beginning. You're going to preach a sermon to me about confidence. Well, you got to be more confident about yourself. You got to go up to women, you got to talk to them and all this stuff. If you do that, you should be able to have a harem of women who are just, you know, like these books that you can buy, these little, you know, they're false cults, in my opinion. But you can buy these books. I got one in my library over there. You can get these books that tell you how to have confidence around women. I got a book, got a couple, in fact, in that bookshelf that will tell you, as a man, how to meet women. But when you look at it and you really read it and really get theological about it, you'll find out that it's not the man, it's the woman. You got to go where women are willing to, and it's all about sex. Now, as a Christian, and if you've been watching, you know this is a Christian channel. All my channels are Christian. I don't practice casual sex. I'm not looking for casual sex. If I go back out there and start dating women, I'm looking for friends and I'm looking for marriage partners. I'm not looking for, you know, I'm not looking for a quick fix or, I'm not looking at sex as something that we do as a casual entertainment thing. I'm a Christian. I don't do that. There's only, if I'm not married to a woman, I won't be having sex with a woman. And, you know, if all she wants to do is be my friend, then she shouldn't expect anything out of me but to be able to call me and talk to me about whatever she wants to talk about. But other than that, I don't owe her anything because she's not my wife. Okay? So let me say 4 things here. I got 4 things here that I was thinking about today because I was going to work today on my day off. I went to work, had a meeting at work, and I was coming back and I was just watching people in action. And as I was coming home, I seen this guy get off the bus behind this girl. He don't know that girl from Eve, okay? But he walked up behind this girl and he figured he would use the fact that they were going in the same direction to talk to her. Now, maybe some women get turned on by that. Some total stranger following them off the bus, trying to strike out a conversation with them. Maybe a lot of women are okay with that, but I know most women that I've met, okay, don't like talking to guys out in the public like that, where they're isolated from people, or when, I mean, if you work with them, if you go to church with them or go to school with them, you have classes together, yeah, maybe. But in most cases, women don't want you talking to them like when they're getting off the bus, if you don't know them from anywhere or anything. They don't want you bothering them when they get off the bus. Now, maybe I'm wrong. You can tell me whether I'm wrong about that. Do you like guys following you off buses and just ladies, and just talking to you because they want to get a girlfriend? They want to, this guy wants to get a girlfriend. He saw you getting off the bus. All the guys was looking. You look good in your jeans. So he's like, he's a black guy, light-skinned black dude. She's a white girl, college girl, looks like she goes to college. She looks clean and neat, tight jeans, nice rear end. You know what I mean? Stuff the guys look at. She's a hot number. He follows her off the bus, and he begins, as the bus is driving off, he starts talking to her. And for a moment, I thought, why wouldn't I have enough confidence to do that? I would have enough, and then I had to correct myself. I would have enough confidence, number one, if I knew the girl. And when I say know the girl, I don't mean know the girl like me and her dad go bowling together. I'm talking about, or me and her brother go bowling together, or something like that. I'm talking about knew the girl from work, or we shared classes together. This is not my first time saying a word to her. We've spoken before. Then I probably would. I would at least be able to walk up to her and say, hey, well, how are you doing today? Where are you coming from? Were you working today? I could do that. But I don't have the confidence, and I don't think I should, in my opinion, to have the confidence to just walk up to some random girl and start talking. Now, from what I understand, I haven't seen it with my own eyes. I have not seen this with my own eyes, but according to YouTube, according to what guys are saying at work and all like that, they say just talk to them. Just talk to them. It doesn't matter where they're at when you're talking to them. I also find I don't find it warming up a girl when a girl's waiting on the bus and it's below zero outside and we're all standing there, Do I think she's in the mood for a good conversation? Yeah, it doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, she's in the mood for a good conversation. Oh, it's cold. That's the mood that's all she wants to talk about. But should I have confidence to just talk to a woman getting off the bus that I had just seen for the first time. I saw her and I was like, wow, she's good looking. So I'm going to talk to her. And I got a lot of friends like that. Wow, she's good looking. I'm going to talk to her. To me, that's invading her space. Maybe there's something wrong with me. You can tell me. To me, I'm invading her space. I would never do that. I did that when I was a kid, but I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't do that. Here's 4 things that I see that are a problem with dating. One is preferences. Women already have their preferences, and I don't think their preferences change just because you are able to talk. And this is something that I think a lot of men are dumb about. Like, I know men, they can always get women to talk. But let's get real. Even in their world, in their secular world where people are free to practice casual sex, they're not getting laid. They ain't sleeping with nobody but whoever they got at home, which they never show her in public. See, if I got a hot wife, okay, wherever my social life is, that's where you're going to see my wife. There's no reason for me to have a social life that excludes my wife. Okay? That keeps me from cheating on her. That keeps her from cheating on me. Because everybody knows me and my wife, we're attracted to each other. We got a hot relationship. And that's it. If I have a girlfriend, okay, when I want to be social, she's my go-to girl. When I want to have somebody to talk to, when I want somebody to butter my wounds, when I want somebody to vent. And the same thing vice versa with me. I'm her go-to guy. She's my go-to girl. You got to learn how to let the one that has pledged to be there for you be the one where you have a preference. See, my preference is classy women. I love classy women. But classy women, I'm not sure classy women like me, because classy women are all about money. And classy women, a lot of times, are about jocks. The problem with classy women and jocks is classy women break up with jocks every day. Jocks ruin their lives every day. And when a woman dates a guy that is a jock, he could be this classy, super clean cut, good looking, tall, handsome, strong, muscular guy one second, and the next second he could be a crackhead. Because jocks are all about the way they look. Let me help you. Let me educate you women a little bit. Jocks are all about how they look. I work with a guy. Let me tell you about how much jocks have a tendency to be a-holes. I'm not a jock. I don't like jocks. I don't get along with them. Okay? Not just because I'm jealous of their ability to pull women into their little pickle, but more than that, as a Christian, I don't like jocks because jocks use other people to get things. Like a jock will use me to impress women. I know a jock who got me by an inch. And just like me, he's been picked on many, many, many times throughout his life for being short. But he's an inch taller than me. Okay? And when we're at work, and he's all dressed up for work and stuff, and I'm all dressed up for work, it's all about it's all about his department against my department. The fact that he makes a little bit more money than me against how much money I make. The fact that he drives a car, I'm riding a bus. All these different things he's using against me. Is that the kind of guy you want to wake up next to every day, ladies? Because if he treats people like that at work, eventually he's not going to be faithful to you. Eventually he's not going to give you a full plate. Okay? Because relationships, the most important part of them, relationships are all about sacrifice. And sacrifice doesn't begin when I go out and find a girlfriend. Sacrifice begins at my job. It begins with my mom and my dad, my sister, my brother. It begins with the old lady that lives next door that needs to go to town to go shopping or needs somebody to cut her grass. Relationships are about sacrifice. Okay? So, women wanting jocks all the time insults my intelligence. It really does. And it should insult, and it's very, very sloppy for classy, smart, educated women to always go after jocks. Jocks get up there, they know how to dress and they know just what to do to make sure that they look good. They always worry about their image in front of people. Okay? They're real slick. I got news for you. Classy women break up with jocks every day. How do we end the cycle? Jocks go through more women and more women go through jocks. Women go through jocks like going through panties. Now, jockey men don't go through as many women as women go through jocks. That's just natural. But jocks are not a code. They're not a preference. Okay? They shouldn't be. Jocks are not good for you. Here's number 2. Nice guys finish last. Bad guys go after good girls. And that's basically saying the same thing I just said, only a little bit more broader. I'm a nice guy. I'll stop whatever I'm doing and help out my nerdy neighbor. I'll stop whatever I'm doing and talk to some old obese lady because she needs somebody to talk to. Doesn't mean I want to be her boyfriend or whatever. This same guy I'm talking about at work, he sees me talking to people on the job who want to talk to me. I talk to people who want to talk to me. If a fat, ugly, if you want to call her that, fat, ugly, obese lady that's old enough to be my mama wants to kill time by pulling me into a conversation, if she loves talking to me, if I'm her favorite for some reason or something, that doesn't bother me. I don't worry about what people think when they see me talking to her. I'm not going to treat her like I got things to do when I don't. Okay? Because I'm worried about my image, like these jocks. You don't want the fat singing lady talking to you because you're afraid of what people think. Well, wait a minute. Who has something against you being a nice guy? Because you talk to the fat singing lady doesn't mean that you don't have a girlfriend. Doesn't mean that you're desperate, that you're hard up, that you'll sleep with anybody. It doesn't mean that. It just simply means you're a nice guy. You talk to people who need. I minister to people. I am a Christian. I minister to people that need to be ministered to. It doesn't matter if you're retarded. It doesn't matter if you're a handicap. It doesn't matter if you're obese, you're fat, you're gay, you're lesbian, you're whatever. Talk to a gay dude, because a gay dude wants to talk to me. Oh, that makes me gay. If I talk to the lesbian girl, okay, I like dykes. Okay? What guy doesn't? Okay? You know what I mean? That's the fantasy of every man, to be able to lay down with a dykish woman and turn her into a heterosexual, right? But that's not going on in my head. That's going on in your head. That's not going on in my head. My hope is that if she thinks that, she can get down with me, that means that I can tell her about Jesus. Nice guys finish last, bad guys go after good girls, and it's true. Bad guys go after good girls. Bad guys don't go after witches. I'll say that. I'll put it like that. Bad guys don't go after witches. They go after good, sweet, old, wholesome girls. Bad guys will look at an Amish girl and try to hook up with an Amish girl. Trust me. Locker room talk. And so I know. Okay? Bad guys will go after an Amish chick, but talk about how much he wants to do it with the girl in the tight jeans, or the girl in the tight spandex, or the girl that's walking around showing her underwear, for that matter. Okay? Okay, bad guys are bad guys. You don't make them nicer by giving them a nice girl. Nice girls don't take away the badness out of the bad guys. I had a relationship with a woman who thought that. That's how she ended up with me, okay? And he made her a bad woman, so now it was like the bad guy went after the good woman, made her a bad woman. Now the bad woman wants to go after the good guy. That's why I'm divorced, okay? Now, she's a good girl today because she learned her lesson just like I learned my lesson. But when we met, she was a bad girl, or we would have never met, because I wasn't thinking about getting involved with somebody who, is against my Christian beliefs, okay? But she went after me. Why? Because just like she got hurt because bad guys went after her, now she became a bad girl and started going after the good guys. And we can sit there and try to say two stories. There's two sides to every story if we want to. Yeah, there's two sides to every story. One of them's true. One of them's closer to the truth, and the other one's a little bit fabricated. Okay. Here's one that's really different. Women want men to do it all. And a lot of these guys out here that are jocks, they get upset when they done got that booty and they lay down with it. And, you know what I'm saying? Now they got something to brag about, and they got somebody to show off to their friends. But then when it comes time to take her to go get shoes, it comes time to take her to her doctor's appointment. It comes time to go visit her parents and become friends with her parents. And it comes time for you to meet her friends. And she got male friends, she got female friends, and all like that. Now you got a miserable soul. One of y'all is all romantically in love. The other one is a miserable soul who's not sure whether he's in love or not. Okay? And then, oh God, don't let her get pregnant, black folks. If she gets pregnant, that changes everything. Especially if you ain't married and you ain't planning to have this kid. That changes everything. Married people don't get abortions. It's fornicators that get abortions. And that's just throwing a part of another video in there. Okay? How many married people you know get abortions? How many married people you know are like super nervous and totally afraid or having panic attacks because they're getting ready to have a baby? No. You're married. You know that the man that you're with, he's already your husband. You got everything in place to have this baby. The only thing you need to do is work more hours or get a better job. But when you're in love, that's not hard. Because no matter what happens, the two of you are going to be there for each other, and you're going to be there for your child. That's why fornication is wrong. Bad guys don't go after wives. They go after coochie who thinks she's got morals. But if you let a guy lay down with you because he knew how to talk to you, you let a guy lay down with you because he knew how to flash his money and his he knew how to put on a show for you, make you laugh and show you some money and show you his Ferrari or his Porsche or whatever. You lay down with him. You probably just lay down with a wealthy thug. I don't date. Not the way people date. Not the way the secular world dates. I interact with women. Like if I meet a woman and, she seems like she needs me to, she seems like she has a need. Whether she needs to vent on someone, she needs somebody to talk to, she needs somebody to help her with her kids, needs somebody to help her get around, needs somebody to loan her a few bucks or whatever, okay? Now, I've done this for women and they've used me. I remember not too long ago, a young girl, she was probably just a little bit older than my daughters, wanted me to think that she wanted to go out with me, but I knew she wasn't a solid Christian. So when she, I loaned her money twice, but I didn't do it because I wanted to go out with her. I did it because I wanted her to see the love of Jesus come out of me, because I knew, number one, I can't take her home to my daughters. Number two, she's not a solid Christian like I am. She's just a girl that goes to church and think that everybody in church has to pay her bills for her because she don't want to do it herself. Not my kind of woman that I want to date, and trust me, she had a pretty little girl, and her herself was very beautiful from head to toe, but I'm a man of God, so that's not going to work for me. But women want men to do it all. Now, you men that love to go in bars and meet women, you know that you're going to go in the bar, and guys need to understand something about women. This is 2019. What's the most thing that your woman does for you? Okay? She has sex with you, right? Now, you got a woman who has sex with you, and to you, that means now you're a prince, you're a goddess, you're a king, because you got this hot chick having sex with you. Okay? Now, how much are you doing for her in the bed and outside of the bed? She got you doing everything. Let's see how many times you actually get a back rub, or you come home from work and you get your shoulders massaged, or she got dinner ready and the house clean, and all these things going on. But most of you men will be happy with one thing, and that's sex. She can be the lousiest cook in the world as long as the sex is good. She can be sloppy and dirty. She don't even have to take a bath for some of you dumb creeps. She don't even have to be clean. She could smell like she don't take a bath. And it's okay as long as the sex is good. Okay? I'm sorry. Might have been like that when I was in my 20s. I'm not like that at 52. Sorry. I demand a clean, pure, godly woman who is not only looking to be loved, but looking for someone to love. And that's how I judge women today, because we have so much feminism going on that unless I see her eyes coming back at me like she wants to love me, I'm not interested. I don't look at just this. I look at this, and I look at this thing here, the heart, and I look at her actions, her character, the spiritual side of her character. And here's the last one. Men judge themselves by how they score with women. And I hear this every day at work. Cruz, you got a girlfriend. Okay? One guy tried to bully me just the other day because I'm divorced and I have daughters that are grown. And he was trying to make a joke. He couldn't quite get it out. I'm like, okay, you got something to say about me being divorced with kids? What you got to say, man? What you got to say? You know. He had to catch himself because my daughters are not much younger than him. And I raised them good. And me and my ex-wife, we were good friends. Okay, what you got to say? Her and I both have learned a lot from each other and learned a lot because of each other. We've learned from our mistakes. Which is why I'm in no hurry to go out and chase skirts. Because I've learned from my mistakes. Okay? But these jockey guys, what can I pick on you for? You don't have a car. Now who in this world, there is one thing in this world. There's one thing in this world that will make a man feel sorry if he's not driving, if he doesn't have a certain amount of money, if he doesn't have a certain income, and if he doesn't have prestige, and if he doesn't, if he doesn't have certain things going for himself. There's one thing that makes a man feel like he's got to have A, B, C, and D. And that is women. Beautiful. The idea of having sex, and it's not that he's getting it, just the idea of getting it. By having sex with beautiful women. Guy will throw away everything good about himself because he thinks that's what gets the women. And the women are dumb enough, because they're so stereotypical, they'll allow him to do that, and then he'll turn around and hate him for it later. Let me say that again. Women will allow you to throw away everything moral about yourself to be a jock. But then when you get into a relationship with them, they'll make you hate yourself for it later. Okay? Nice guys finish last, but they also finish longer. Nice guys finish last, but they stay married longer. Okay? Nice guys, go after wives. Bad guys go after coochie. And all that getting up in your face, talking with you, saying everything you want to hear, making you laugh, charming you on, smelling good. They got the clothes, they got the shoes, they got the car, they got all this stuff to make you say, wow, he got something going for himself. Let me tell you something. If a man puts all his energy into woman, then he's a coward. Bible says, do not give your strength to women. That's Bible. I just did a sermon on Facebook about this. The Bible says, do not give your strength to women. Don't do it. No woman is worth everything you got until you put a ring on her finger. Jacob was so in love with Rachel. He didn't get no coochie for 14 years while he was in love with Rachel. Okay, he didn't even get to date her, but she was promised to him as a wife. So he worked for her for 14 years. But she didn't get anything from him either until after 14 years was up. And then they got married. And then she had all the rights of marriage. And both men and women need to understand that relationships are costly. They're priceless. They're it's all about the sacrifice. Men and women both need to quit using each other and making it all about them. This is why I'm not married. This is why I haven't went out and looked for another woman and got married, because I have not yet, first of all, met a woman that makes me want to stop what I'm doing and love her and sacrifice everything for her. Because most of the women that I know just want to use me. And it used to be back in the day where a man would lay down with a woman and just get up and run off. Today it's the opposite. A woman will lay down with a man and get up, okay, and walk off like it's nothing. A woman will lay down with a man and just get up, like the Bible says, get up and wipe her mouth and keep on going. And then say, what have I done wrong? Okay? Fornication is bad for dating. And women need to understand that men don't make a big deal about dating unless they're thinking of casual sex. Okay? And women think that there's no other way to do it. They don't want to have sex, as soon as these men want to have sex, but they think that's the way it's supposed to go. If you want to be in love, no. I let the Bible tell me what love is. I let the morals and the laws of God tell me what love is and how love is supposed to work, how relationships are supposed to work. But if you judge yourself based on what women think of you, you're a mess. You're a wreck. If you judge yourself by how you score with women, you'll do crazy things to be with women. You'll do anything, like this guy at work. He'll use me. He'll use anybody. Okay? He'll use people in order to impress women. And then he'll play women against each other and so forth to make sure he gets something out of it. I'm glad to be a man of God who I like going out with women. I love eating together. I love taking a woman on long drives, going out to the movies together, there's so many things I love to do with women, even things that I didn't get to do when I was married. We were so busy. And if I was to meet a woman that was a potential for a wife, again, I would make sure we do things that will affect the rest of our lives and not just merely have sex, but do things that will affect our relationship till the day we die. Till death do us part. But the number one thing out of all this is abstain from fornication. And you won't have to worry about breaking up and having new relationships and breaking up and more relationships. Women won't go through men like going through tampons. Okay? because you put God's morals first, and those morals protect you from you being with men that you say, oh, I got to have a job. I got to have a guy because he got this, he got that. I got to have that kind of guy. But yet you keep getting the same guy over and over again and not realizing that this guy is destroying you. He's breaking your heart. I'm D-Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment. If you think that you can edit and help me out here with this subject on a Christian level, I'd be glad to hear what you have to say. Talk to you later.